So you could tell us a little bit about your background.
I graduated from Oregon State with a degree in electrical engineering, and probably the last place I expect to work was the Department of Transportation, but opening was there for lighting design, so I actually started there. Worked a few years in our bridge engineering section, and after that I spent a few years doing managing our research program, but for the last 12 years or so I've been managing the ITS program, actually initiated the program here at ODOT.
And what attracted you to ITS?
My background is a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering from here at Oregon State University, and I've got a master's degree and an MBA degree from Willamette. But I started my career at ODOT working in our bridge section, starting some lighting design, and I moved into an area called cathodic protection, working on corrosion prevention of bridges. I spent a couple of years managing our research program, but for the last 12 years I've been managing the ITS program, and actually initiated the ITS program here at the department.
So you spend most of your time working with civil engineers and highway engineers, not so many electrical engineers?
Yeah, there are not a lot of electrical engineers in the department. There's certainly a lot of electrical work to be done in the department. I didn't realize that at the time I started there, but there's certainly plenty of places within the traffic industry. And actually ITS is a lot of electrical components.
Certainly ITS is a lot of software.
A lot of IT in ITS. I separate the two. There's a lot of software, a lot of IT applications behind all the stuff we do in ITS.
And were you the original ITS program manager?
Yes, I was. When we started the statewide ITS program in '98, it was
Excellent. So you're a pioneer.
Yes.
Okay, so intelligent transportation systems. Will people driving around, will they see any of this? How would we know that's going on? Where is it being applied, and how is it helping reduce traffic?
The obvious signs are the stuff you see along the roadside. You know, the large roadside signs, the variable message signs over the freeway, things like the weather stations or the highway cameras, ramp metering that you see primarily in Portland right now. And then the other aspects the public would be familiar with is some of our traveler information applications, such as the Trip Check website and the 511 phone system.
In case people aren't familiar with that, the trip advisory stuff, what kinds of things can they find on that website? And we'll put in the URL so they can find it.
Sure. The type of information you'll find there would be, camera images from around the state. You can actually see current real-time images of highway conditions. Road condition reports from our maintenance crews, from snow zones, letting you know surface condition, what type of chain requirements are out there. Incident reports, construction reports. We do also bring in some of the National Weather Service data, so you can get current weather forecast data as well as weather alerts or other types of travel alerts that are available there. Other information is available through a partnership with the Oregon Travel Information Council. You find information about tourist services, hotel, restaurant type of information, tourist attraction type of information is also available.
Okay, and is there any ITS project that you've worked on or implemented or in process that is you're particularly proud of or you think is outstanding?
Our efforts in travel information, I think, are outstanding and certainly some of the best in the country. The breadth of offering via our website, the amount of information that's there, it's available on all state highways, it's statewide. Along with a 511 phone system, we also deliver the data out to a cable TV system, out to what we call a Trip Check mobile application that is just a website developed to provide information for wireless devices. So certainly there's a lot of that I think we're very proud of that we've done there. I think we're very proud of the degree that here in Oregon agencies work together. So a lot of the regional efforts in the Portland area or even the other metro areas where agencies have worked together to implement ITS type solutions to congestion problems.
Yes, we just did an interview with Scott Belcher, who's president of the ITS America. And when I asked him which states were leading in implementation and good programs in ITS, he mentioned that some of the work here in Oregon is outstanding. And during his address he just gave today at lunch, he also mentioned those kinds of things. And just recently gave an award up in Portland, and I'm going to do a link to that PR release on that award talking about it.
Certainly proud to get that kind of recognition. Oregon's being in a smaller state, people don't always think of us with respect to ITS applications.
And not typically the kind of pressing problems that the Bay Area, the LA, or Seattle has, as far as the real pain threshold that need to solve it, although things can get pretty nasty out going in and out of Portland.
Yeah, what you find is the concept of congestion is relative. Even people in rural city, will have a concept of congestion, and it will vary depending on your experience. So, yeah, on a national scale, Portland doesn't have the congestion problems of some of the larger cities, LAs and Chicago's and that kind of thing.
I understand you have a good cooperative effort with the business services group here at OSU, working on some IT projects. Can you give us a little description of how you collaborate with OSU?
Yeah, as we talked about previously, there's a lot of IT in ITS, so there's a lot of software running all this ITS equipment and systems and that sort of thing. So there's been a lot of software development that has gone into all of these systems. So the cooperation with the Business Services Group here at OSU has been kind of a win-win situation for both of us. It gives the staff here at OSU and the students involved a real-world kind of lab to apply what they're learning, and it gives us access to some of the programming support we need to build some of the ITS applications that we need to do to accomplish ITS objectives.
And OSU is a good engineering school. It should be, you're able to recruit a number of civil engineers and other mechanical engineers, electrical engineers from OSU to work at ODOT.
Yeah, we have a mix of universities, but we've got some, like heavily represented from Oregon State, some other engineers from some other West Coast type universities as well, though.
Uh-huh. So you're not too biased?
Not too biased, try not to be.
What other states do you look to for leadership in ITS? Is there any particular state or certain projects that you see that you'd like to emulate here?
There's a lot of good work going on across the state, across the country in a number of states. Even our neighbor in the North, Washington State, is doing a lot of pretty interesting work in an area called active traffic management. They're adapting a lot of concepts from Europe around some lane controls and what they call a speed harmonization, or it's kind of a variable speed limit approach to kind of smooth traffic flow. So they're definitely a leader in implementing some of those. There's states like Minnesota that are doing a lot with similar types of concepts and what they call integrated corridor management. So looking at using, not just managing the freeway, but freeways, arterial corridors, etc., and managing it as a whole transportation corridor, multimodal transportation corridor. They're doing stuff like that. Florida's doing a lot. There's a lot going on. Places like Virginia. So those are a number of states that there's a lot of, just a few examples of states that are doing quite a bit with the operations or ITS.
How about California? Do you watch what they're doing? Have good communications with them?
Very definitely. We have a partnership with California that's called COATS, or California Oregon Advanced Transportation System. It's partnerships goes back over 10 years now. It's focused on rural ITS, and so it's with some of the northern California districts. So there's a very close cooperation there over operation of things like the Siskiyou Pass. So that's one form of the partnership. There's also, CalTrans does a lot of very innovative research. There's a lot to watch there in terms of technology that comes out of the CalTrans research programs from the California universities.